Okay, here's an interesting comment by the Rambam, and this is our eighth Hanukkah video. As you can see, it says Hanukkah 8. Okay, so mitzvah ner Hanukkah mitzvah chaviva hi ad ma'od. The mitzvah of Hanukkah is a very dear mitzvah. It's a very cherished mitzvah, meaning it's very important. And a person has to be very careful in order to spread the word, to publicize this miracle, and to add to the praises of HaKadosh Baruch Hu on the miracles that he does for us. As the Hanukkah is the proof that miracles weren't just in the Bible, that they continued in a post-Bible world. So that's why it's very important that we spread the word that Kodesh Baruch Hu is involved in our lives, involved in our nation's destiny, and ensures its safety and security. Right. So even to the extent that if a person doesn't have food, their livelihood has been completely demolished and they don't have food, and they live off of charity, they actually have to go. And most of the time, when you have a mitzvah like this, so then you're exempt from the mitzvah. If I can't afford to do the mitzvah, I can't afford to do the mitzvah. What can I do? Right. So there's a mitzvah to write a Torah. A Torah costs somewhere between $35,000 and $50,000. Most people don't have that expendable income to spend on a Torah. Right. So then you're exempt. You don't have to fulfill the mitzvah of writing the Torah. Um, but in this case, if a person exists, sustains himself on charity, he still has to go around and ask or borrow or sell his clothing in order to have enough candles, enough oil and wicks to light the Hanukkah candles. And again, remember, he only has to do one candle per night. And we talked about in a previous video about how expensive oil used to be, and now today we look at it and say, yeah, you can't. Candles, oil costs nothing. It's pennies on the dollar. It's true that today this seems like an impractical halacha, except to tell us how important the mitzvah is. But it used to be that this was a very serious matter. A lot of people couldn't afford to light Hanukkah candles, and they had to go ahead and sell stuff in order to fulfill the mitzvah because that's the obligation. That's the halacha. Okay. See you at video number 9. The fun just keeps continuing. Chanukah Sameach.